Hi, I'm Bernard Joy. I'm a member here at the Franciscan community of Our Lady of Compassion, trying to advance what I hope will sound to you like a Franciscan spirituality and understanding of the world. Now, what we've been talking about is Logos, the Word of God, which isn't really words. It is the divine organising principle. It is the consciousness of God, which holds everything. It runs through the whole of the cosmos. And I compare this to, if you like, a stick of rock, seaside rock. I don't know if in America you have it, but here in the UK we still do. A stick of candy with the name of the seaside resort running all the way through it, okay? And that's what the divine organising principle does. Wherever you look, you will find the face of God. Carl Sagan wrote a wonderful book, a while ago now, of course, but there was a film series that followed, and that was just staggering. To see the patterns that repeat, to see our solar system and the stately dance of stars and planets around our Earth, or except we're the ones that are moving, of course. And then other galaxies beyond and surrounding, and just magical. And then he also used a microscope to go into the human body, and you see all of the tiny constellations that make up a human body. The cells, the neutrons, I'm trying to think of all the different names, but it's just fantastic. We are not as solid as we look or feel. Everything dancing, all moving, all singing. So from the very edge of the universe to the very centre of our being, the same patterns, the same life is being lived. God's divine organising principle. And the idea, I think, was that if you had the most powerful telescope that the world had ever known, you would eventually see to the very edge of the cosmos. And there you would see the face of God. And if you had the most powerful microscope ever known, you would see to the very heart of your own being, or heart of this piece of wood that I'm sitting at, and you would see the same face. God, the Logos, the Word, the divine organising principle, and the consciousness of God, which surrounds us and it fills us, always, everywhere, and we don't know it because we have become totally estranged. And this is what the stories in chapters 2 and 3 of Genesis are really about. Because we are the only creatures who have developed awareness and consciousness to the point where we know we are going to die. There was no problem in paradise until God mentioned death. And we panicked. We lost the plot. We fell into fear, suspicion, and ultimately we could no longer stay in paradise. We were wounded and we had to go. We lost the integrity of love, of innocence, and that simple trust that we had as tiny, tiny children. Happens to all humans, you watch them. And ever since we've been hiding, we've been fighting, arguing, lost in a world of petty self-interest and the will to power. If you want to read Genesis, you will see the story of how we develop these egos these false selves, these illusions. We make a name for ourselves by building a huge tower. We did it back at Babel, and if you look round the skyline of every city in the world, you will find we are still doing it.